You know, it's not about being the best. It's about being loved for what you do. But before we get ahead,
Man,
before we get ahead of ourselves, I gotta count us down. 3, 2, 1, and we are live. Welcome to Digital Joyride, Roke. How are you, man?
good man. It's actually been a pretty busy week on the gram. I literally just put a video out for a contest I completely forgot was the deadline today. So just the Olay street map contest line.
Yeah,
So just threw it up. Whatever happens with that happens with it.
I know. I saw it
But
this morning. It
yeah,
was
no, I like
oh,
just
like
now I
right
just put
now.
it
There's
up.
like another
Like
one. Holy jeez,
yeah,
bro! You're just
yeah.
nonstop,
So,
man.
but
You're,
now I'm done. Now I'm done until Monday. I
yeah,
got
I
a busy
doubt it.
weekend.
I doubt it. I won't hold you to it. I will hold you to it. All right,
Yeah,
for
man.
everybody at
Yeah.
home, introduce yourself, and then get a little bit into where you grew up and how it influenced you into skating. You don't have to get into skating right away. You can just people want to know, man, because
Yeah.
you're a groovy dude, and it's unlikely that you're not interesting. So people want to know.
All right. All right. So Roke, XL Roke, XL.Roke on the Instagram. Real name Terry. From Barbados in the Caribbean, which is where I am right now. So
Wow, that is
in
cool.
terms of in terms of digital skateboarding, let's go over 10 years ago when I was in college. So I'm not trying to date myself, but not a very, very young person. I got into skate too. I got into skate from the very beginning. I never posted anything until skate two.
Yeah.
And then skate two, I kind of joined that late. So when I heard skate three was being released, I made a plan. That was when YouTube was in its infancy. On the day one of release, I'm going to release a video. And I think within the first day, I had in that time, it was a lot, 70,000 views.
Oh,
So in the
wow.
skate three community, people know who I am. But in
Yeah.
Excel, I'm kind of brand new. And I kind of like that because skate three was kind of, cliquey, mostly from people who were in OG skate from the very beginning. And
For
I was just
sure.
a random guy on YouTube. So
It's what
I've
we
been
had
doing this for a
available.
while. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while.
That's
It's easy for me to make videos because I've done it.
dude. Okay. So what did you grow up watching? Because the way you edit, I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, did you go to school for filming? Did you because that's what caught my eye. Because you're a rad skater. You can't make bad skating look good with good editing. So we'll get that right out of the way. You're friggin' sick, and you got steez and you got butters and you got all kinds, and that's how you caught my eye so hard. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I saw your editing, because like I come from the movie and television background,
Okay.
and the really cool thing about your editing is that it's not filmed the way skate videos are filmed, but it's still amazing. You have like it's totally the other side of this like art that is untapped and I don't think is even possible
Mm-hmm.
with physical cameras because I'll just let you talk about it, man. So like what were your
Yeah.
influences growing up with film and stuff?
Uh, well, growing up in skateboarding here in Barbados, there was no skate parks anywhere on the island. Everything was raw street. And how I got into it was at 11 years old. Is I'm not sure these current 11-year-olds do it, but you go by your friend's house. One of his cousins from Miami was in town, and he had the toy machine video "Welcome to Hell," and that just blew
Hell
everything up
yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Mike Maldonado, East Coast powerhouse. I remember that straight off the bat. So I was hooked on skateboarding from 11. I didn't even have a board.
Nice.
But I used to film my friends, and we didn't
Oh.
have video editing software, but my
I knew the
filming
shit went
style,
deep, bro. I knew the
yeah,
shit went
yeah,
deep, bro. I
yeah,
knew it.
but my filming style is pretty similar to how it was because I also used to BMX and I also used to rollerblade. So I would literally go downstairs. So all the filming now where you see drones, I go down on my BMX bike or I go down on my inline skates
So it's your
and I film my
versatility, man.
friends.
You bring a
Yeah.
versatility to it that definitely is so untapped because I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
people that are spending their time filming skating are also spending their time filming
Yeah.
BMX and all the other stuff like that. So that's amazing, dude.
Yeah. So but in terms of my actual, like, I would say Excel style, that was really dialed in Skate 3. I started creating what I call emotions. I mean, if you watch some of my longer videos on my gram, I mean, I don't really do a lot of cut scenes. I don't really do a lot of like super
No.
artsy filming. What I do is I focus on the connection with music because I have a lot of friends actually in the music industry in, California and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and skating. So I wouldn't call myself the most amazing skater in the community, but what I would say is I have a very high standard, and I always make sure, I don't know if I have OCD, but things have to be synced up with music.
Yeah.
Because to me, you could ollie down a set of stairs, but if it matches with the beat, someone remembers that. So I call
it's
it emotion because I'm creating an emotional connection.
yeah,
So that's what I focus on, and
way more engaging.
people have always gravitated. Like I said, there's way better skaters in the community, way better editors. I mean, I have all kinds of crazy editing programs. I could do that. I did that in Skate 3. I don't want to do any of that. All I want to do is focus on good skating, good music,
I mean,
making it
you hit all
really
those
easy.
points, and like I'm one of the people that is guilty of like I scroll Instagram and it's usually on mute because
Yeah.
I'm at work or I'm somewhere where it's just not appropriate to be scrolling through Instagram. But your videos, especially your full lengths, I
Mm-hmm.
stop and I listen to it because I know how effective the music is with the skating. It's something that, yeah, like, people put a lot of effort into making sure stuff syncs up and it's good and whatever. But like you said, you
Mm-hmm.
go for this emotional connection.
Yeah.
And you do with the synchronicity of like this holy triad of like skating, filming, and music.
Yeah.
Right. And that definitely connects way differently than because I'm not even sure how many followers you have on Insta. Because it doesn't even matter to me because
Yeah.
like when I saw your filming, it was like, holy cow, man, I want to see more. I just want to, and like for anybody
Appreciate
who's
that.
unfamiliar with Roke's stuff, you got to go check out his stuff. All the links are in the description below. Um, like I said, it's a filming that you haven't seen before. It's not filmed the way skate is filmed. It's not filmed the way film is filmed. It's really cool marriage, and this like flip side of untapped art that I haven't seen yet, and it's really friggin' awesome just to have like a collection of that in one spot. It's really
Mm-hmm.
cool, right? Um, so that's your creative process. Well, a little bit more with that. How important is the map?
The map is everything. The map is,
Yeah,
I go
that's
through
the consensus I'm getting with everybody that
I
I'm
go
talking
through
to.
mod.io, and I'm not trying to disrespect anyone, but my skating is pretty particular. I do a lot of switch skating, which I wouldn't say it's hard, but it gives you a different look.
The style.
So if there's not a lot of flow to maps, I'm not going to skate it. Even if it's the most amazing street map or park map,
Yeah.
things got to flow because in addition to my long parts, you'll see that I do long lines. I do a
Yes.
lot of long
Yes, you do.
lines. So
Which
I
is
want to do
amazing
two
with the
pushes.
music because it
Yeah,
actually it's more of a story than it is, blurbs about a time in space. It's like no, I'm not going to say journey because it's not 4 hours long, but
yeah.
it's definitely a trip.
In fact, to show you how effective it is, sometimes in my captions, some people will put, whatever they're thinking, whatever. Sometimes I'll just put two emojis because I want all the focus to be on what you're about to see on the screen. And I have enough faith, even if it's one person that rocks with it, they're going to absolutely connect with it. And
If I,
that's just where I'm at with my kind of, because to me, this is just a hobby, but
yeah,
it's a fun hobby. So, you want to have fun, but you kind of want to take things to a different level. And I've taken the time long before I joined because I know some old buddies from Skate 3 who kind of reached out to me during the pandemic, like, why aren't you on Excel? Why aren't you on Excel? And I hadn't talked to these guys in 10 years. I didn't
Wow.
even know they're on Instagram. They just found me
Wow.
and they convinced me. So like shout out to Dizzy Frog 1318, I think is his handle. He was an old teammate, and he said, "Man, XL, you got to do it." So I said, "You know what? I traveled this summer to Canada because I wanted to buy a new PC. I
Yeah.
have a Mac that I'm recording on right now,
Okay.
and this is very old. So, and through the pandemic, because I'm in the Caribbean, there's not enough places that sell like high-end PCs, and shipping was an issue. So I wanted to go somewhere where I could physically go in
Get it.
store, select it, and not
Yeah.
have any hangups and not be
I
out,
get that, man.
$1,500 and not
Yeah.
know where my laptop is. So now that I've got a pretty high end laptop to do what I need to do now. I can actually just have fun, and that's where I'm at. So it's all about the map. The map is key.
What about
So
mods? What are some of your must-have mods?
I literally just started on the mod journey last week.
Okay, take us through it.
Literally.
Take us through
So
it.
yeah, so obviously the sound mod I got thrown on there. I can't remember who produced it specifically. Obviously XL graphics. I've got the Bone Ollie mod. Uh, obviously XLGM for all the gear. I actually started with XLGM. That was the first thing. So again, old Skate 3 buddies found me and they're like, "Look, man, don't even worry about anything. We're just gonna get you set up. We don't even XL's not even ready for what you're gonna do." And it's crazy because again, I'm not the best skater, I'm not the best editor, but people from the past know what I do with music, what I do with clips.
That's
So
right.
I've gotten a lot of support from people before I even posted a single video, which is kind of crazy.
Wow, that's really
Uh,
cool.
yeah, I
That's
mean, I
really
had a
cool.
guy sit down. I have not connected with a buddy, connected me with him, and he walked me through downloading XLGM through Discord. I'd never used Discord. He
Yeah,
put me through everything, so I was kind of like chauffeured into the game.
right.
Um,
Well, that's how I
but
feel
those
about,
are
sorry, that's how I feel about this podcast because at the time of this recording, there isn't an episode released yet, but I'm
yeah,
getting so much love and support and people being like, I told people to do this a year ago,
yeah,
right? And which tells me that A, there's a need for it, and
yeah,
B, it's not lost time. It's, you know what I mean? Because like we're all busy, man. Like
yeah,
we're all busy. And I've tried other things before and nothing stick. But when I saw the need for people's voices, because we don't hang out the same way we used to after the pandemic happened. We
yeah,
don't, it's not the same, right? And you know I feel a huge disconnect. And there's, I one of my favorite things was meeting new people and finding out what their story was and delving into their talents, and you know what I mean, and celebrating that, and just like, hopefully bring a little bit of light and make people be like, wow, man, I do that too. Because there's,
hmm,
the skating community is so similar in that we like to do hard things over and over again because we fail that more than we succeed,
yeah,
and we are constantly challenging ourselves to that. Like when we look, we're like, that's ridiculous, I'm never going to do that. And then like 2 minutes later we're friggin' trying it, right? Because
yeah,
that's
yeah,
who we are. And this community is like that too. And so, I'm sure people are in the same situation that we are, where they have full-time jobs and they have families and all these things. And dude,
yep.
tell me about the pressures of uploading, like daily or every other day, because you know how the algorithm is. And
Uh,
you got a whole life.
yeah, yeah, yeah. To me, and I can only speak for myself, I don't care about the algorithm. Uh, like I said, I came in the community. I'm willing to grind, even though, like I said, people know me from before. This community doesn't know me, and I actually like that because I get to create my own narrative. And some videos will do well, some don't. But the biggest thing I learned from way back in Skate 3 is don't put out anything you're not personally happy with. Because if you're
Amen.
chasing likes, then like it's this whole big insecure.
Amen.
I don't care if one person rocks with it. Like I said, I'm cool.
Hard work feels better, man, at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
yeah. Yeah, because I,
Absolutely.
I watch my own stuff. I'm not one of those people who's like, I put it out there, oh, if it flops, I take it down. Like I actually, if I never posted it, I watch some of my stuff.
Yeah.
Just to be like, I can't believe like I had this idea and boom, I created it. So I'm happy just like that.
Yeah. Um, do you find inspiration in the community sometimes when you see people do some stuff and it makes you sit down and get at it?
Man, the community's, I mean, it's massive.
Right.
And I'm late. So imagine how many people have
Nah,
missed.
it's dude, it's a 2-year-old toddler right now. It's
Is it? I don't
it's
even know
been
when the
around,
game came out.
it's been around for longer, but I mean, in its infancy, it was just like,
Mhm.
what any community starts off as. But now it's something that like it's really got people's attention. Tampa
Yeah,
Pro was sponsored by Skater XL, and
yeah.
it was a
Saw that.
prize with a PS5.
Hard
And
to
like,
get.
you know what I mean? That's the first overlap between FakeSkate and RealSkate.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no more solid overlap than that because FakeSkate is video game based, right? It's
Well, but going back to your mod point, that forget the mods I use. That's why I actually really connect with Excel is these map creators are creating like spot on replicas of some spots. And I
yeah,
like,
man.
real life, I actually have like a knee injury now. So we do have skate parks in Barbados, and a couple days a week I go cruise around there, but I haven't been able to for a little while as I heal up. So I can skate Tampa Pro on my computer. I could skate the barracks. I could,
Yeah,
to
man.
me, that's crazy. And it's not like a shitty replica. It's an actual, like rail for rail,
It's
turn
there.
for turn. You can see dust specks on the ground. Like it's, I take my hat off, honestly, the map creators, even the ones whose maps I haven't gotten to, and I probably won't. The effort you have to put in to make that, I can't even imagine what that is.
Yeah. Would have you been considering like any bigger projects, like maybe collabs or anybody specifically you'd want to work with or reach out to?
I've been working, I wouldn't say working, I've been collabing twice now with a guy, Henny.xl. I saw he just got
Yeah, I
signed
know.
to a good time skateboard, so I'm happy for him. He's a
Nice.
good dude, and the reason why I reached out to him was not that our styles are similar, but there's enough similarities. Like some people do crazy stuff, but I couldn't collab with him because our skating it'd be very hard for me to edit it because there just has to be that synchronicity. So we do have that. Me and Henny, we've done it twice. We did Venice Beach, and we also did the courts.
Yeah,
He joined me at the courts. Honestly, the guys at Vela Skateboards, those guys show me a lot of love, man. So shout out to the Vela boys.
sick.
I could collab with any of those guys. I think again, I'm not on their level, but in terms of how we film and some things we approach, I see that there is similarity there. And
Hmm.
even wider, man. There's some other guys, but you know how skateboarding is, man. Skateboarding, it's not that it's clicky, but I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes. So if anyone wants to reach out,
I feel the same way,
I got
man.
clips. I got clips I can throw away. I can throw to anybody because even for my videos, if you look at like, I think the last thing I did was
Subway.
This Oshawa Park on
Oh, okay.
Sunday. Yeah, or like South Bank Park in the UK. I just put out a part there. I still have over 20 clips I've never released. Right,
Wow.
to make the kind of videos where I sync to music, I need to
Yeah.
have a surplus of clips so that I can take things out and put things in for it to match. So there's still
Absolutely.
about 15 clips I don't even know what to do with. So
Holy
I
shit.
don't want to keep revisiting parks. So like honestly, if someone doesn't dig them, I just destroy them. So there's
Yeah.
amazing stuff I've done that actually blows a lot of the stuff. That actually blows a lot of the stuff I put out, but they didn't fit with the music. So they're just dead to me.
There's no place for them then.
There's no place for them, man.
Everything
I'm
in
like
its
Tom
place, there's
Penny.
a place
I'm
for
like Tom
everything.
Penny, man. I got footage no one's ever gonna see.
I mean, that's kind of awesome though,
Yeah,
because it only means that you're putting out content that you believe in and
yeah.
really pushing it out there. So there's something to be appreciated for um, not having a sentiment for
Mm-hmm.
every little thing that you do. Um, it's pretty awesome. What enticed you to put so much love and so much of your life into being a fake skater, or as I want to change it to a digital skater because everything we do is real, and it's real time, it's real money, it's real talent.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it comes with this stigma saying the word fake. And I know it'll never change, whatever, it's going to be the way it is. But
Mm-hmm.
it's really a digital art form. And so anyway, sorry, what enticed you to go so deep?
Again, I always go back to my Skate 3. Honestly, if I didn't have that background, because it's now so easy to make videos, like I just know the formula, I know my rhythm. I use iMovie as like a base template. I could use like, DaVinci or Final Cut. I have all that stuff, but I just use iMovie because I want to keep it simple. So I can turn things around very quickly. So honestly, the bulk of my time is actually just skating, hitting
Yeah.
record after record something. I think it's cool. And I also take a lot of pictures. I don't know if you've seen, but like
Yeah, no,
I
I saw
find
it
that's
today.
not really like a big thing. Like some people don't really take pictures. So like I've
I
landed
mean,
a lot of cool stuff, but like I've
you put out a bone
yeah,
dolly yesterday. That was like the steeziest thing.
yeah,
It,
yeah,
it was dope, man. Like
yeah, yeah.
I,
So
I
yeah,
I
it's
appreciate the pictures too, right? Because again, that film and television background with photography, it's there's composition, there's light, shade, lining, like it's all there, right? When
mhm.
you know what you're doing, when you have that eye, you definitely have that eye. With Skate 4 on the horizon,
Don't know if I'm gonna do it, man.
it's
Don't know if I'm gonna do it.
free.
I would have to see. Look, I'm not going to cut you off, but I'd have to see it literally coming from Skate 3, where I was in college after exams. I had all the time in the world. I played thousands of hours of Skate 3. So I can I can tell you, like, stuff like getting off the board obviously would be a welcome thing in Excel, but from just like, if like we're skateboarders, like Excel is just more real than Skate 3 ever could be. So
Yes,
unless Skate 4 is going to be a copy of Skate 3 just with like better graphics,
that
I
would
think it's
suck.
going to be hard to beat Excel, man. Had
Yeah,
I not played Excel, I would have gone straight to Skate 4 because it would have been what I knew.
of
But
course.
coming now to Excel, I can't imagine using just, like the sticks, like I used, and not the trick. Man, it's crazy.
It's like spamming the X button, right? Like it's just
Yeah,
I played Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and I'm like I have mad love because that's what I grew up on.
of
But
course. We all did. Yeah.
it's hard to it's once you've struggled through the learning curve and getting a line down, and when you've landed your first like real line that's like actually clean, when you can be honest with yourself,
Yeah.
you can't get that from a Tony Hawk Pro Skater. But I mean, you don't play that game for that feeling anyway. But
Right.
it's really hard to top, right? Um, so with that being said, how do you think Skate 4 being free is going to affect the market or affect the community of FakeSkate? Because
Well,
everybody's
yeah.
gonna be, like it, right? So I
Yeah,
think
I
the
want to say
XL,
yeah, but I say yeah, but no, only because like I know a lot of the OGs and they're all XL, man, and they all are very already anti skateboard. I'm not
I'm
anti.
I'm
I
not talking
just
about
am.
those guys. I'm not
Yeah, but
talking
the
about people
casual,
jumping the boat.
but the XL community that's really active, they're not going to go anywhere. It's all the people who came and left. They're going to be on Skate 4, and there's no problem with that. Of course, play whatever you want to play. These are
Yeah.
all games, but I can't see the core of the community fracturing.
I don't okay, no, I don't see
Yeah.
the community. I see Skater XL and I see Session actually coming a lot tighter together because they're more in common with each other than
Mhm.
either of them are with what Skate 4 will be.
Right.
Straight off the hop, right? So, and like I mean, you already see the respect and the love with people importing each other's maps
Yeah.
into each other's games. If you know what I mean, if it was really that divided, they wouldn't even want anything to do with it, like a
It's
freaking
true. Yeah.
smelly rag, right? So I think it's definitely going to bring the community together, and it's really going to push the mods as far as like what each engine is capable of, because
Hmm.
I think they're gonna really like beat heads with the people that are playing Skate 4 and are going to be flooding Instagram and all those like outlets
I
clips.
Yeah, I just
Calling
want to see.
themselves
I
fake
want to see
skate.
the controls. Everything to me is about the controls. So let me see the controls before I truly pass judgment. But literally, from if you're a real skateboarder, one, and then you're an XL player, you understand, man. This is as real as we've ever gotten to literally going outside and actual
Yeah,
pushing
man.
this thing.
Yeah.
So Skate 4
Yeah.
actually has to beat XL out for the core audience, and the core audience is actually who's on Instagram. That's what I've actually kind of realized. All the casuals are on, like, YouTube, and they'll be on
Yeah.
Instagram. Like, I see so many dead profiles they haven't uploaded since
Bro,
2020. Like,
it's
those guys are
it's
casual,
all
and there's
old
nothing
stuff.
wrong with that. But the core group, like I said, you got to really actual skateboard or been around skateboarding for a long time to see, man, XL is going to be tough. And I kicked myself that it took me so long because I could have been on it from the jump. I just was like, nah, it looks. I think I saw the alpha builds and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, this doesn't look very good, boys. I'm gonna pass on this thing.
Are you looking
Yeah,
forward to the full release of Session at all? Do you play
I've never
Session?
been big on it. I don't play it. I just looked at the mechanics. Yeah,
It's a tough
as
one.
it is right now, not there. But if it evolves, never say never.
It's look, it has so much potential. Just like Excel has unlimited potential, especially
Hmm.
because it's based on the Unreal 4 graphics. And I ride them a little bit on this podcast because for me it's work because I'm just not good at the game, right?
Hmm.
And so when I pull off a trick, instead of feeling like that victory feeling, I feel almost like it wasn't real. Like I just,
Hmm.
like it was a fluke,
Fluke. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
And because I still can't use that damn video editor for the life of me. It's the most unintuitive. They made it with the full release, and
Hmm.
you know what I mean? That might completely change my mind. They have a lot of options. It's what and you need a PC. You can't be on console if you're going to be changing,
Yeah.
focal points and all this stuff. Like there's an overwhelming amount of options, which is great if you know how to use it. But like,
Hmm.
if you're super busy, I think Excel has one of the most intuitive replay editors I have ever used, ever.
Totally agree.
And like, so I've done audio engineering, I've done all kinds of stuff with video and graphics, and I've used a lot of programs, and after you know them you can use other ones without fumbling too much and you can find your way around. But like Excel was just like, 6 different controls with it by its side, and that's all it was. And it was like, yo, I can do this, I can. And it was like the limitation was what you can think of, right?
Hmm. Agree.
So well, I hope you do get to play Session at some point, because when you get the grasp, because there's a whole level of different control than XL has.
Right.
They do something different with the footing. There's like more footing options, so that like when you go switch, your sticks also switch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. It's so like if you constantly, yeah, right. So
Wow.
you see my gripe, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Right.
hear you, man. I hear you.
You
Yeah.
see my gripe.
Whew.
Um, what kind of advice would you have for somebody who wanted to, after watching this, maybe they hop on your Insta, they see your stuff and they want to start learning how to do it. Where would they even start?
I would say download the MACBA map, plant yourself there for one weekend, and just learn the controls, man. Nice low ledge, nice flat surface. Honestly, I was like a newborn deer the first week I had Excel. I couldn't do, like I said, I was so used to Skate 3. I mean, I couldn't nollie. I couldn't nollie. Like, I kept forgetting. So I
Yeah.
was I was horrible, horrible, horrible. But once you get with it, man, it's a beautiful thing. I think you hit the nail on the head. The video editor is intuitive. It really takes some time to learn how to film. Like filming is
Yeah.
important. I can't stress that enough. You can do like the simplest stuff, but I think, okay, I'm not the best line filmer, but if you look at like my long lens,
Yeah.
I really incorporate the environment. Like I'll shoot from behind a garbage can. I'll shoot from the
Yeah, bro.
bush. I'll shoot from like a
It's
blimp, right?
beautiful.
Like I really use the environment, and I encourage more people to try it. Like I'm not
Well,
going to name a certain team, but there's a certain long-standing skate team who most people know, and everyone tries to film like that, but they're established. Like find your own groove, really experiment.
yeah.
Like some of the people I really admire on the gram, like they're not realistic. Like they don't care, but like their filming is immaculate or their lines are incredible. Like you can tell they are a unique
Yes.
skater, and I
Yes.
dig that.
What kind of videos would you recommend people to watch to start learning how to film skating? Or
Okay, well,
what kind of
real
tips
life,
or what
yeah,
kind of
real
tips
life
do you have?
skaters, yeah, real life skating. Follow Dr. Purple Teeth on Instagram. I think that's who my line filming is kind of similar because I'm really low to the ground. A lot of people kind of hate that, but I'm low to the ground because I want you to see everything from in front, from the side, and from like the wheel level up. And obviously, I'll mix it up, but he's a good filmer to check out. Obviously, picture wise, Tiba, it's like the legend.
Yeah.
Really, really try to study that guy. In terms of the gram, whew, there's a guy on Vela. I don't know if it's Altera. I think that's his name, Altera.xl. I think he, not that we're similar, but I think he's one of those people who's strong in filming, strong in skating, strong in editing, strong in context creation in terms of a full packaged offering.
Solid.
So, if mine isn't your cup of tea, like you can check him out. And obviously, there are guys like, if you want the longest, like the best fake skater ever in my whole career or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
there's a guy called South City, I think 620. He's part of the Hoodlum skate team. That guy can film a line from here till next week of the hardest tricks. Seriously, of the hardest, like his thumbs. Like
People are amazing.
I think he's triple jointed. Like he does like the craziest. Like I respect that guy because his lines. I've seen him do a line for 3 minutes. Not like simple like kick flip downstairs. Like the hardest
Wow.
stuff. He is the best skater.
Wow.
I don't think he's very active on the ground, but you can definitely find him on YouTube. South City 620, I think is
Wow.
his
That's
handle.
great. That's
Crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, before we wrap it up, do you have first of all anything that you would like to share or say that we haven't touched on? And after that, any words of encouragement for anybody who wants to start getting involved in the community and how to set their expectations and not just, because there's some people that have some unrealistic expectations when they start joining the fake skate community, and sometimes they lose themselves a little bit and their comments aren't always where their heart is.
Mm-hmm.
So what would you tell them, and if there's anything that you wanted to talk about that we haven't personally spoke about?
The biggest thing for me, and obviously I have my own private, separate, real life Instagram. Post things honestly, man, because you enjoy them. Don't chase. I don't. Well, my personal Instagram is private, so no one, everyone I know on there, I know personally. I'm not public seeking. This Roke Excel is my public facing stuff, but the same concept applies. Post stuff. If you got no likes tomorrow, if you got no comments, you're just stoked with it because it's only up from there. If you get one comment, it's amazing. If you get one like, it's amazing.
Yeah, man, it feels
So
good.
so make sure you personally enjoy it. I would have to say, as someone who came from Xbox years ago and who knows nothing about Excel on Xbox, I would say go for PC
Yeah.
because just looking at the mods alone in terms of just maps, forget gameplay stats, just the maps alone, man, it looks like it's tough sledding over there on Xbox. It looks like it's tough sledding, man.
It's like a spoon in water, bro. A plastic
Yeah.
spoon just floating in water. That's how I feel about Vanilla XL sometimes. I'm on PS5, and I've really
or yeah, PS5, same thing. Console, yeah.
just rainbow ollies, you know what I mean? And so it's really hard to make your stuff look, you got to use the camera a little bit to your advantage to
Hmm.
make it not look like such a high pop, right?
Dude, well, you've actually, because I told you at the beginning, I only started using mods 2 weeks ago. So all the stuff you saw was on vanilla settings on PC. So I actually filmed stuff from like a lot of like the top or really from the bottom. So like you can't see how high it was popping. Now I can actually film a little more liberally because I'm not holding 10 feet in the air, you
That's
know.
amazing, bro. That's
Yeah,
I want to thank you so much for being candid and being open and honest about just your experience in your life growing up. It's really cool to learn about just everybody from all walks of life. You're a really interesting person. You're a real dude. So I know the community is going to appreciate it too. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who want to explore different sides of themselves and talents untapped. And so hopefully this inspires them a little bit because your videos are inspiring, dude.
appreciate that.
They make me want to skate every time, man. When I watch, sometimes I force myself not to watch when I'm at work because I'm just gonna my head's gonna be not where my job is, and so I have to wait till I get
Hmm.
home because I know whatever you're gonna lay down, I want to watch it with sound. I want to like sit. I want to have my joint smoked already and just be relaxed and like focused. And because you put in a lot of work, and I recognize it, and so it's really awesome to see.
You haven't seen anything yet, man. I
What
haven't
can we
actually put out
expect in the future
part.
from Roke? What can we expect?
Yeah,
Give us a little
I
bit,
haven't
give us a
actually
little taste.
I haven't actually put out like what you would call a conventional part. Like I've put out a lot of spot checks. So like
It's
me
true.
at South Bank,
It's
me
true.
at
You
Venice
haven't.
Beach. So I got the song today.
Yeah.
I need to find, and that's sort of another tip that I forgot. I cannot edit anything unless I have the song I want. So I'm actually a very visual person. I'm not like some people like I just want to put stuff out. So like they'll put their clips and put some song on, put it out. I can't edit anything unless I have a song because I'm already thinking this clip goes here, this clip goes there, boom, boom, boom. So this part, I got some pretty fire clips. Like I said, some
I
that have
can't
been on
wait.
the shelf for months, even without the mods. The clips are good. I just haven't had because when I put out a part, I want it to be serious. So there's going to be some cut scenes. There's going to be some scenery film
Of
because
course.
I want this one to be next level for the community.
I'm fucking excited. Sorry for
November, November,
my
November though. November. Nothing soon, man. I got to travel soon.
Yeah, okay. Well, again, man, thank you so much for your time. It was really cool to speak to you. You're a really, really cool, awesome, interesting person. And I only hope things go your way from here, man. And uh you've been grinding for so long. You've been involved in this community before it was like what it is now. And
Mhm.
that's really cool. I feel really special to have somebody on the show like that because you know it's real
It's
talk,
been a
man.
while,
it's,
yeah.
it's real
It's real
talk, it's
talk.
real experience, and it shows like where your work can end up if you just stick with it and you keep doing you. And like you said, don't do it for the likes and the whatever. Do it because it's something that you like to do. um
100%.
so yeah, man, thank you so much for your time, bro. Everybody,
Appreciate you, brother.
this is Terry, aka Roke XL, Digital Joyride Podcast. We'll see you next week. Peace out, everybody.